Welcome back. We are privileged to have the new mayor of Harrison in the studio with us here. Jerry Jackson has been a longtime resident of the area, and you are what's called a come here in some circles. You moved here from, where'd you move from?
Omaha, Nebraska.
Nebraska, and that's been 20, 25 years ago?
40 years.
40 years ago.
Yeah,
So this is
40 years.
And you came in and built a real estate business in town?
Had a good run in the real estate business, yeah.
And your background is basically in sales, is what I've come
basically.
to. Yeah,
I hung out with J.D. Irwin for a while, so you can understand. That kind of rubs off.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it does. I like to think I'm a lot like him. I sure admire the guy.
That's good.
Yeah.
And at some point in time, you decided that you wanted to throw your hat into the ring and to take on a bigger role.
Yeah, I think the real estate business, I had kind of run that, and then we got involved in the hospice house. And about that time, I got out of the real estate business back in 2005. 14 years ago, I made a deal with Marcy and Jeff to buy the business over the next 10 years. And so 10 years later, they own the business. And, you know, we didn't publicize that a whole lot because I still played around with it a little bit and did some deals. But 4 years ago, as you recall, we kind of took a run at this. I say we, myself and some other people feel there's a lot of opportunity here that's out there for the taking and growing the city in a positive way. And if I didn't think the opportunity was there, I sure wouldn't do it.
Well, and you've always been well involved with the community, so you kind of had an inside view as to what, you know, would make this community better, I think.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
And opportunity doesn't mean that it's a negative thing. It means that opportunity means that you can turn something from one thing into another.
Yeah, I see it as an extremely positive thing. And, you know, there's always a group of people that like things this way, and there's another group that like things this way. And it doesn't mean either group is right or wrong. It's just we're different. That's why there's chocolate and vanilla. Yeah,
and the approach that you take to get from point A to point B.
Yeah, I think the reason I felt I could be successful in this, because as you know, Ann, I'm not a politician. I say a lot of things I shouldn't say, and I'll continue to do that. I promise. It's just, you know, it's who you are. You would be the same way.
Sure, yeah.
You probably would be a little more guarded. But
possibly.
Because of that, I feel that I've gotten to know a lot of people. You know, in the real estate business, you really do. You get to know people, and you get to know them in a special personal way when you're selling their house. Or when you're getting a loan with the bank, you know the bankers, and you know people. And you know people that can get things done. That's why we were successful with the hospice house. I didn't build any part of it, but I knew a lot of people that could take part in that. So I felt like I knew people that could help me going forward in trying to achieve some things. Because we all say we got a great place.
Yeah.
Here's how great a place we've got. And this happens when I'm trying to recruit people to move here. We've got low crime. I know I talked about our crime rate being up, and it was simply because of drugs coming in from Mexico. We can talk about that later. But one of the most beautiful places in the country. We get a little bit of winter, but we have long springs, long falls. We're right in the most beautiful part of the area. Our real estate taxes are the lowest in the country, believe me. People don't realize that, but we're the lowest in the country. And we're right in the middle of the country. So if somebody wants to live here and they got a daughter in Michigan, son in Texas, perfect. Perfect. Something we're going after right now is small industry. We're going to give up, me personally, we're not going to get a Toyota or an Amazon, but I went out and had a tour of Barrett Plastics the other day, and I saw a cool business of about 15 to 20 people working there, a very clean business, and I said, this is what we need. We have recently put together a video and captured email addresses for thousands of small business owners across the country, and I'm reaching out to them right now, encouraging them to take a look at Harrison because of the quality of life that they can experience here compared to elsewhere.
Yeah, we were talking earlier that the last time a big industry came in, tell that story.
Take a guess, Ann.
Well, I was
year?
going to say FedEx is what I was going to say.
Well, I look at FedEx as being homegrown, because
Okay,
of Sheridan and American.
Okay, well,
And they were
true.
here for
Yeah.
a long time,
So
too.
what's the last one that said, I want to locate in Harrison, Arkansas and hire 100 people? It was before you were born.
Wow.
1969 was,
I was born.
I'm a politician. It was 1969, it was Rock 10. So
Wow.
that's how long it's been. Now, people all think they want the big industry. I think the small guy, I think it's doable. You just shared with me something
Yeah.
about Mountain Home. I'm going to go look at it.
Yeah.
We don't need to reinvent the wheel. We need to go find out what's working. I've got a couple right now that's going around to small towns, looking at things that they're doing, looking at businesses that are there that should be there. The hardest thing I believe our administration has to do, and it's not our responsibility, but we can play a part in revitalizing downtown. I think we can impact the drug problem here easier than we can revitalize downtown. It's going to be that hard.
Yeah. So once you were elected, you got into office. Is it kind of an overwhelming thing, or were your eyes
it can
wide
be.
open? Yeah.
It can be because there's so much to do. And I told somebody earlier, I don't think, I'm not sure if I can keep up this pace for 4 years. I'm older than Ann. So it's overwhelming in a way. There's a lot of great things. I've got the most incredible staff of people that you could ever find. And I'm not just saying that. I know people say that. But when you talk about Luke and Wade, Luke runs finances, Wade's public works. These are young people, and they know their business. And then you bring on Chief Grady and Mark Lowry. Oh, my gosh. And then you got David Wilson for IT. I've got an IT guy.
Yeah.
But he can't fix my phone to Bing with the appointments I got. So,
Yeah, yeah.
But
You've
really,
had
and
to prioritize, I'm sure, all your thoughts there.
Yeah. Chief Grady has really hit the ground running. He's done a lot of great things. Something you're going to see. You might want to interview him. So I
we'll
won't
do
say a whole lot
Sure, yeah,
about
okay.
what he's got going. But he's had a major impact on what's happening in Harrison right now.
Well, you
Good.
have some things that you would like to see in your
I have
tenure.
a list of 6-month goals, and it just came out the other day. They printed it in the paper, and it was 20. I had no idea. I wrote down 20.
Okay.
And what does that mean?
20 is plenty?
20 is plenty.
20 is plenty.
20
And that
is
was
plenty.
one of the greatest
That's
things
ingrained
that
in your
ever
head.
happened. But it did. It came out to be 20.
And you didn't know it was.
And
you didn't
I had
number
no
them.
idea
Okay.
it was
All
20.
right.
And I'll be making a report in March to the city council. It's something we're required to do, and I'll give them a little update on that. And then in July, after 6 months, I'll give them a full update on the whole.
So you want to
the
do
whole
these
plan.
in 6 months. You have things that you want to at
Yeah.
least
That's-
implement
yeah.
and get started.
Obviously, you feel that's
Yeah.
feasible, so.
10 of them are probably done already.
Okay.
I know that sounds a little maybe too positive, but they're rolling. And there's
Okay.
a few that won't happen. And I thought would happen,
Yeah.
and they won't happen. One good example is we needed a cell at City Hall to take prisoners overnight. A
Right.
drunk or something like that. We have to run them down there. They're full. We have to go to Carroll County, Newton County.
okay.
Oh, wow.
We go all over the country trying to take a prisoner just for overnight use. But it's going to cost us $100,000 to meet code on one cell.
Oh my gosh.
And as you know, we have plans in moving City Hall. And if we do that, we also want to create a new police headquarters. So because we're going to do that, we can't sink
Right.
$100,000
Right.
into
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Anything else exciting in your life?
I
other
go to
than,
church every Sunday and listen
Yep.
to Ann sing, and I think it's very exciting.
Is that inspirational?
Very uplifting.
Good.
Oh, I'm not kidding. You want to dance, but I don't want to be a freak show either.
You should come, Dan.
Okay.
You should come, Dan.
I'll come.
It's a cool place.
Okay.
I always thought about church. We all try to recruit people to church. My whole position is, even if you're not a Christian or you're new to town and you never went to church, you got to come to church to meet people.
Everyone needs
It's a
social,
social
interaction.
place.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And if you look at it that way, it's a good place to go.
Yeah. Even if you come for the wrong reason.
Right.
Come to church. After a while,
Where do you go to church? Maybe people want to know.
Yeah.
People want to know, where are
Crossroads.
you going to church?
I know it.
Yeah.
That's Harrison.
Yeah.
Other places, where do you work? When you come to Harrison's, where do you go to church?
Yeah.
I know
Crossroads
it.
Community Church is the church, so
Yeah, isn't it cool?
that's where we go.
All right.
There is so much to talk about.
Can you come back?
Can you come back?
We
Yeah,
want you to
we'll
come back.
Okay.
Yeah, we're excited about, people are always excited about things that are happening. And if they're positive, people kind of gravitate to that. They lean into that. They want to know. So
We've got a tremendous amount of volunteers that are
Yeah,
wanting to
okay.
help, and I
And
appreciate
is
that.
your local thing that you're doing with cleanup, is that still
Yeah.
moving along
Yeah, the
fine?
pastors are working on taking that
Okay.
on.
Okay.
Good.
We've met with the pastors twice. We're going to meet again tomorrow with them.
Yeah.
And they've already built, one of the churches has built one wheelchair ramp.
Good.
So that's going to work.
Good.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Well, we always want you back, and
Well, thank
and
you.
let us
I want you back. What's that song?
Yeah.
I want you back. Who was that? Like
you
Michael
guys-
Jackson. Some want you back.
He's going to rap here in a second.
You know the song.
Yeah, I probably do. Jerry, thanks so much for
Thank
being
You're
you.
here.
welcome, Dan. You're
And-
welcome.
And we'll
man.
have you
Thank
come back, and lots going on in the city, and Jerry's the perfect example of someone that's get in there and shake things up and get things moving in a direction. We need things going in a direction, and we'll find out where that direction's going. Thank you so
Thank you.
much for being here. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back.